sure if anybody's here yet except me, but here I am. Back live from my tour of the local church craft hall. Hi Nathan! Happy birthday to your youngest one. Tell him I wish him a happy birthday. Oh dear. I hope we've had loads of cake. I've had cake, naughty me. You have to excuse me, following. Hey Chris. Swallowing drugs. Legal ones, of course. Hi Lydia, how are you doing? How's everybody doing? Well, I look a bit knackered and I feel a bit knackered, so you'll have to excuse me. I've just put in the comments that if I nod off, can you all shout very loudly, because, you know, I might go halfway through this tonight. You know, I think I was keyed up. Sorry, I've got a mark on my screen. I was that keyed up and wanted to sleep in that I was like waking up every few minutes in the middle of the night, so I didn't really get a great sleep. Oh, you're on your second sock. Well done, Lydia. Hi, Chrissy. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the craft fair. I didn't want to show people's faces because I didn't know how they would feel, you know, about this strange woman shoving a camera in their face. So I tended to keep my camera low and just kind of show their stalls. You know, if anybody's in the UK and they're interested in anything that was on the video, I will try to find out who they are and if they've got, you know, web pages and things like that. Yeah, the weather didn't rain today, so we're good, we're good. Hi Sue, what's knitting? Oh, thanks, it's only one from China, actually. It's not one of my second-hand ones for a change. It's wooden, it didn't cost much, but it's I quite like it. I thought it went well with the jumper, you know, because it was quite colourful. I wanted to stand out in the crowd, you know. It was a great day. I mean, you don't expect to sell a right lot at a church craft fair, but we did okay. I mean, obviously I bought a ton of stuff back home with me, but that's what I expected. Oh, Sockwool Sportway, yeah. I've done them in both. I think they call it 5-ply over here and 4-ply. I've done them in both, yeah. They do race along if you're in the thicker wool, don't they? Yeah, as I say, it was a great day. I mean, there were some lovely things there. You know, if I wasn't on a budget, I could have spent loads. I mean, if you saw the video, you saw how pretty some of the things are, yeah. I mean, I've actually bought something for me daughter-in-law, but I can't say just in case she watches this. Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's a great start to the evening. I will try and put a picture what I bought her from the craft fair when it's her birthday and she can no longer. Oh, look at that! It's got no paint on that side. You know, then it won't spoil the surprise, will it? I don't want to show it you just right now. All I will say is I bought it from Jessie's stall. So that's it. Yeah, there were some beautiful stalls there. I mean, there was some, you know, gorgeous crochet toys, and there was a lady selling knitted headbands and crochet hats that were far nicer than mine, to be quite truthful, but they were also like 3 times the price of mine, so I'll rest my case. Hi, Denise. I brought some cakes home, but I've eaten mine. Sorry, people, if you're expecting me to eat it on camera. It was rather gooey, yeah. Yeah, this is my cardigan that everybody liked at the show. It's amazing. You do a plain cardigan and you do it in jazzy colours and everybody thinks it's wonderbar, you know. Oh, dear. I didn't take any of my garments with me. I thought, nah, I'll just take the shawls and the hats and scarves and things like that. And I was right, really, because I sold some things, but I didn't sell mega. I was really amazed that my friend who'd come with me didn't sell all her Christmas ornaments, because honestly, She'd priced them rock bottom prices, and they were really lovely. So I don't understand what's wrong with people. What do they want? I had priced them twice the price that she did, to be quite candid. But no, she sold a few, but she didn't sell as many as she was hoping. But that's the way of the world, isn't it? We're hoping to do another one on, I think it's the 3rd of December, hopefully, yeah. But we haven't booked the table yet. I've left that up to, I did this one. I booked the table, and that I'll leave that up to Sarah to do the other one. So we'll see how we go. So I'm a bit sort of, oh, they want stuff. Yeah, they do. These were rock bottom prices, what she was selling, honestly. They were beautiful, like, if you see my video, beautiful, like baubles, all done in crocheted in different colours and that. And she'd got little gnomes and everything. Oh, what do people want, I don't know what they want, something for nothing. But there wasn't as much footfall this time as there had been in the past, I must admit, yeah. Honestly, Lydia, they were so cheap that she'd got them priced at. Honestly, I don't know what people want. I really don't. Anyway, we're going to do another craft fair. Hopefully we can get a table. And maybe we'll have better look at that one. Although I'm not complaining. I did sell some stuff. Anything is better than nothing, as they say. So the bags have landed up in the conservatory again. But that's purely because I need to take photographs, for the Etsy shop and that. So I shall be there, telling you all about everything. When I list them again, it can be like, come and have a look, come and have a look, come and have a look. As I mentioned before, I'm not begging, but it raises my profile if you just look at the Etsy shop, even if you don't buy anything. It raises the profile if you do that, yeah. And we need to raise profiles these days, don't we? For goodness sakes, we're on the same boat. So, after we've got the electric bill for the month, say no more. Say no more. So I've got some nice hand lotion. It says, just for you. I didn't buy it today. I just had it already. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on. I'm trying not to. I've got a plaster on my finger. I burnt it. Hiya, Squirrel Raid. Hi, Dinky Crafts. I burnt my fingers. Stupid. Instead of getting the oven gloves, I got a tea towel to reach something out the oven. And of course, I caught the end of my finger. I mean, I stuck it under the cold water right away, but it's burnt it. And it's my crochet, where you wrap your wool across your finger. It's my crochet finger, yeah. Hi, Greek Stitcher, and hello to you, Jennifer, yeah. And all the chatters, yeah, there's quite a few today. We've got 16 at the minute, so, some more will hopefully arrive. Yeah. So, what's everybody up to? I know somebody's doing... How did I do? It was today, actually. It was today. I didn't do badly, obviously. Like anybody who's in sales could have done better, could have done more, but I'm not complaining. I did quite well. So, any sales are good sales to me. It would be a wonderful day if you sold up, wouldn't it? But that never happens, yeah. Unless, of course, you Kim. Blue Cherub, she does really well with hers, yeah. It was a good turnout, but I've seen better, let's just say, The footfall wasn't quite as much as it has been on other occasions, but like I say, I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all. Everybody was lovely. I mean, all the stall holders are really nice. They're very friendly and they all say hello and, it's a good camaraderie, when you go and everybody says hello to you and they come and have a look at your stall. We all look at each other's stalls and everything. So it does help a lot, doesn't it? Better than people going, and not being friendly, I can honestly say that everybody said hello and everything. I didn't video people's faces. I tried to keep my camera low because, you know, people don't always want to be on film and they get a bit funny, especially if there's children around. So that's why my camera, when I did the little video, I kept it on the floor, yeah. And I kept it onto just the stall and not the stall keeper. Because I say people can be a bit iffy, yeah, if they think you're videoing them for some nefarious reason, yeah. Hi, Granny D Ray, woohoo! Hello, is it Zola? No, it's not Zola. Zoila? Zoila? Sorry, I'm pronouncing your name. I'm probably butchering your name. Yeah. Hi, Amanda. Probably butchering your name. I'm not much good. We used to get a lot of Czechoslovakian and Polish people when I worked at the job centre. And you have to take a deep breath with some of those names, don't you? Because they're about that long. And, oh, it's Soya. Very sorry about that. And I used to have to take a deep breath before I said the name. And you know you're saying it wrong, don't you? So you have to apologise the minute they come up. You know, you're so sorry, I said your name wrong. Yeah. And if they told it to me, I tried to remember what it was. Because there's nothing worse, is there? I've been called some very funny surnames in my time. So I know what it's like. Oh, dearie me. Well, the scooter man came on Monday. Did he come on Monday? No, he came on Wednesday. And he brought me a lone scooter. The other one, the big, is parked up outside because I am not driving that thing again. Yeah. Hi, Granny Joe. I was going to say Granny Joe then. Sorry if you're not a granny. Hi, Granny Joe. No, I'm not driving that scooter again. Not at all. No. He tried to persuade me that I'd chosen it. I said no, because I wouldn't have chosen it. He said, but you said it was okay. I said, my face sort of fell when you arrived with it. I said, you not notice I wasn't enthusiastic. Anyway, he's going to try and get me a different one, so we'll see how we go with that. In the meantime, I'm back on the old scooter, the lone scooter, with no protection against the rain, but I'd rather get wet, to be honest, than drive on that big, the clown car, yeah. So apart from, oh gosh, I forgot who's lit in the sock now. Lydia, is it lit in the sock? What are you all doing? The weather isn't too bad today. It's been dire this week, but it wasn't bad today. Thursday was, oh my goodness me, Thursday. I thought I needed to build an ark. It was that bad, yeah. But it was quite dry today, which helped with the craft fair because nobody wants to come out when it's absolutely... You're making Christmas gifts. Yeah, the last one had its own ensuite bathroom. You're right there, yeah. Your loom knitting hats. I've got quite a lot of hats, which if they don't sell, I know they're going to be donated. But I'm still hopeful I might sell a few hats at the next craft show. The trouble was we only had a small table. You know, we could have done with twice the size table, really. So we were like squashing everything onto the table. Yeah. It was like driving a parade floater. I could have stood up and drove it, actually. It was that tall. Yeah. The next one, we don't know if we've got a stall, but the next one's December the 3rd, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Nana Michelle. Oh, how's your Sajida? Oh, my goodness me. I'm so sorry, Sajida. That's awful. The girl I go singing with, her husband passed away very, very suddenly as well. It's awful when they do that, yeah. I'm very sorry about that, Sajida, yeah. You're making Christmas decorations, shawl and a granny square jumper. I've gone a bit off my crochet. I don't know whether people do that. Yeah. I don't know why. Well, apart from me burning my finger, but that's not I'd gone off it a bit before I burnt my finger. But, hi, Granny D. Hello. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah. Does anybody else do that? Go like off your crocheting or your crafting and you feel like you just really can't pick it up. It's just like, you know, I don't know. A crochet raid, yeah. Oh, I know, it must be awful. I mean, I've never had to lose a partner, so it must be terrible. I know my friend, she's going through it at the moment. You know, he just passed away very suddenly and no warning, you know. You feel like you don't get time to say goodbye, don't you? I mean, like I said, I have never lost a partner, so I can't put myself in your shoes. I can't say I know what it's like because I don't. You know, I've lost parents and that, but it's not quite the same as losing your lifetime partner, is it really? Yeah, it's must be very sad, very sad. Yeah, yeah. I did wonder where you were, but obviously, you know, people come, people go. You know, you don't track them down. You say, "Where are you? Why haven't you been on?" or anything. Um, but I am so sorry about that. It's not something that you get over in 5 minutes, is it? I mean, it'll be a long time probably before you even start to feel a little bit more normal. You know, my friend's putting on a very brave face, but I know she's hurting. Um, she's trying to pick up her life a little bit, but you know, it must be very difficult. As I say, I don't know, so I cannot say I know. Uh, I hate that when people say, "Oh, I know," unless you've been in somebody's shoes like that, you don't know, do you? You know. So you can sort of imagine what people would be going through, but you don't know, do you? No, no, no. Yes. Anyway, welcome all the squirrels. Welcome to you all. Hope you've been having a good week. Have you had a Granny D live today? I miss all the American lives because I'm usually sleeping. Or if I'm not sleeping, like today, I was out all day. So I miss everybody's lives. I feel bad because I never go in anybody else's lives, but it's just the way it happens to be. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, dearie me. So I hope you've all enjoyed your lives or you've all enjoyed whatever it is you're doing today. Yeah. As I say, I'm absolutely shattered. I couldn't sleep last night because I kept waking up frightened to death. I would sleep through the alarm and, you know, be late because I hate being late for anything. And, hey, Ethan. And so I kept waking up. And then the dog woke me up in the middle of the night. I woke up because, you know, we've had a mouse. Hopefully, touch wood, the mouse is gone. But I woke up in the night and I could hear this scrabbling noise. And I thought, oh, oh, the mouse is back. And then I realised it was the dog. She was scratching on the door. But I had a funny moment, yeah. I'm not doing too bad, thank you. I know what it's called. It's a G-dog, BB. Yeah, I'm going by. I'm going okay. Hi, Bonnie. Hi. Yeah, I'm doing okay. As I say, I've gone right off my crochet. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've got it here in a bag at the side of me, but I'll call you BB then. I never know whether that's your surname or your first name or whether I'm being rude calling you BB or not, but I always think of you as BB, really. Yeah, I've got it in, like I say, I've got it in a project bag at the side of me, but, well, I'm joking when I say a project bag. It's actually a grey plastic bag. I've got project bags galore in the shed. Beautiful ones that I've bought in fabric, gorgeous ones, beautiful. And what do I use? I use a plastic plastic sack that came in the mail, yeah. That's what I'm using at the moment, yeah. Well, it must change anybody's life. It's not something that you can just get over, is it? I mean, when you lose your parents, it's very, very sad, but they're usually elderly and you're kind of expecting it, aren't you? But, you know, oh, you're going to work, are you, Granny D? Right, okay. You're going to refresh your hot tea. I'm going to drink mine while it's still warm in my Los Angeles mug that came from ZZ. Not ZZ Top, it was Zelda LRJ3, yeah. I don't know how it made it over here without getting slashed, actually. I won't call our postmen, but they're not the most delicate people in the world. They tend to throw parcels in the air, yeah. You're making tea right now. Do you mean tea to drink, Chris, or are you making your tea to eat, or do you call it dinner over there? Or lunch, whatever. Who knows? Ah, dear. My niece went to Harrogate, was it Knitting and Stitching show today? I would have loved to go there, but it's too far for me these days. You know, I don't have transport, and to get there by public transport would be like here, there, everywhere, and what, you know. And I couldn't face all that. If there was a direct route or a coach that was picking me up there and taking me all the way to Harrogate, that would have been fine. Oh, your friend went as well, did she? Yeah, my niece went. She actually said hello to one of the people there that comes to my Wednesday night knit club. She's actually a dyer, yeah. So she had a stall there, yeah. You've got to put me on the big screen. Oh my goody Aunt Tammy, don't blow up my wrinkles for goodness sake. Your husband's sick, oh dear. We're not having a great day for people today, are we? You've got work to do. All right, well, if you're lurking, we'll say hello to you. Anyway, yeah. No, I'm waiting to hear. Minnie's might ring me tomorrow and give me all the gossip on what went on at the Knitting and Stitching show. I'm not that far, really, if I had transport. It's probably about an hour and a half by car. But I don't think there's any direct route from me. There would have been if I'd still lived in Manchester. If I'd have still lived in Manchester, I probably could have got to Harrogate quite easily. But I think from here, I'd have to get into Blackpool, and then I would have to go into Lancaster maybe, and then go over, yeah. I haven't heard from Kelly in quite some time, actually, baby. We've not fallen out. There's no arguments, no nothing. It's just that she's very, very busy. She's now doing teacher. No, what's she doing? Where they help the teacher out, teaching assistant. She's working full time, so that's probably why. We've kind of lost touch, but like I said, there's no animosity between me and Kelly at all. You know, it's just I think you drift from people, don't you? For no reason whatsoever, you just drift. Yeah. Harrogate is beautiful. It is a beautiful place to go to if you're in the UK, if you've never been. It is very, very pretty, very nice. Yeah, Harrogate's very famous. It's very old, and it's where Agatha Christie's went when she supposedly disappeared, when she ran away from her husband or whatever it was, and everybody wondered where on earth she was. She went in a hotel in Harrogate, yeah, that's where she was. I don't know whether my niece would have got me a skein of yarn. She knows I'm sort of downsizing rather than upsizing. She might have done, you never know, because she might have done, might, but I don't think so. She may have bought herself one, because I did ask her. She sent me a message saying she'd seen my friend and said hello to her. And I said, have you bought yourself anything nice? But she hasn't answered me. It's Saturday night. She doesn't have a family. She's probably gone out somewhere. Her and her hubby like to go to the cinema and things like that. They're not once for going to the pub and drinking, but they do like to go to a show or a cinema or things like that. But maybe she's tired after going to Harrogate, especially if she's driven, yeah. So I don't know. I shall get the info, yeah. I spoke to Sue this week, those of you who know Sue. She's doing very well. Yeah. What can you make with one skein? Well, with my one skein of very expensive wool that I splurged on the other week, if you remember, I'm going to make some fingerless mittens when I get me Crojo, Mojo, whatever you want to call it back. You could make socks, but I think it's a crying shame to make socks and stick them in your shoes. I'd have to walk barefoot, going, look at my socks, look at my socks. Because I wear boots, ankle boots, 9/10 of the time. So I would hate to, pay that money for that lovely hand-dyed yarn and then stuff them in my boots, So I thought, no, I'll make fingerless mittens so everybody can see them, like, then knowing me, I'll probably lose one. I'll have to do like my mum used to do, put a string up you down the other side so you don't lose them. I do like my fingerless gloves, I must admit. I have very, very cold fingers. At the moment, they're not actually. But earlier on, they were freezing. So I tend to like to wear, fingerless mittens in the house. Hi, Patricia. Hello. So I do love them. Because you can't wear gloves, can you? Because even if you're reading, you can't turn the pages when you've got your gloves on. And it's very difficult to type on. I've got the old-fashioned keyboard and monitor. And you can't actually type, can you, when you're wearing your gloves? So, especially when I'm not wearing my hot mitts. I think I showed them last week, didn't I? My boxing gloves, my hot mitts, yeah. I mean, they are a joke, aren't they? They're like joke gloves. They could have made them. Look at that, my hands. You could have made them half the size. Hi, Jeannie. So, I mean, they do the trick. They warm my hands up, but they're a bit huge. They could stitch them. You could practically stitch them in half. Kelly, think. Oh gosh, do you know I'm terrible with names? I think her channel's called Crafted by Kelly X, is it? Kelly. Oh, it'll come to me in a minute. My brain works on a delay switch. It'll come to me. Eventually, it'll come to me. I'm awful. I can never remember things, and then about half an hour later, when I'm not thinking about it, whatever I was thinking about pops. If I think and think and think, it doesn't happen. So if I decide to do something else and take my mind off it, then the name just pops in my head. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Patricia. Yeah, I'm terrible with names. I don't know whether anybody else is. People that I know well, and I know I should know their names. I recognize their faces and everything, and I go, oh, hi, hello, and I'm thinking, do I have to say her name because I can't remember it? It's worse, isn't it, still, if you have to try and introduce people. This is so-and-so. This is such a money, yeah. Oh, somebody sent me a message. Who is it? Maybe it's someone telling me Kelly's name. Oh, my niece said she bought a felting kit, so she's going to give that a try. Aha, that's good. Something new for her to try. It's I've never really got into felting. I don't know whether anybody else has here. I'd probably stab myself, actually. You got them little stabber things and you go... There's a lady at Knit Club, she does the felting and she's forever stabbing her hand, even though she's got that pad thing. She's forever stabbing her hand. And I am so clumsy. Yeah. Oh, walk up the stairs. I do. Well, I don't go up the stairs anymore because I live in a bungalow. But I still forget. I go in the kitchen and think, why am I here? Yeah. Why am I here? What have I come for? And then you come back in here again and you think, I went for whatever. Then you have to go back in again and get it, don't you? Oh. You've got too many hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies, Chris, really. I was thinking the other week when people were saying, like, you know, what hobbies have I got besides knitting and crochet? I don't really. I used to sew when I was younger, but now I just repair things, turn up hemmed, you know. I don't actually sew anything. And I'm definitely not into that 5D, whatever it is, that thing. When am I decorating the Christmas tree? Probably when my daughter-in-law brings it downstairs. We've got like a crawl space upstairs where other people have a loft. We have a crawl space. And everything is in a great big plastic box, all the Christmassy stuff, and it's up there. So I'll have to wait until she brings it down the stairs, yeah. And then I can think about it. You know, I'm a rubbish tree decorator. I always seem to put everything on one side, then the tree falls over, you know. And oh, I wish I could paint. I'm rubbish at painting. I used to fancy, when I was about 16 or 17, I used to fancy myself as a bit of an artist, you know. Went through that phase, but I discovered I'm pretty rubbish. Hi, Cass. How you doing? You know, your sister's the artist, is she? I'm not much good. I can draw little cats, you know, like for entertain the kids, you know. And I usually doodle flowers on everything, you know. Everything's got a flower on it. Same with crochet. I tend to, you know, crochet a flower and stick flowers on everything. And you can only paint walls. I'm not much good at that either. I can only paint so far now because I can't go on a ladder because I wobble too much. So yeah, I'm a bit like Lowry when I paint, actually. Yeah, Chris. Or she called Grandma Moses. She was in America once. She used to draw little sticky men. Yeah. Oh, one girl who comes to the knitting group on a Wednesday evening, she is a fantastic painter. I think she does watercolors, or maybe it's not acrylics. I think it's watercolors. But she doesn't do people. She does scenes. Yeah. What have you been doing, Kaz? Let me think. Gardening? Please don't say 5D painting. Hi, Connie. The craft fair was fine. You know, I sold a few things, but obviously you never sell as much as you hope, do you? But, you know, I'm not complaining. You've not been gardening. You can't be 5D painting. Please don't tell me you're 5D painting. Baking. She could have been baking. You not got married to a prince? No. Knitting socks. You've been knitting socks? Because you did say we were going to knit socks, didn't you? Was that you? Said you were going to knit socks. All right, we give up, Kaz. You'll have to tell us. We've all given up. Out dancing. She could have joined line dancing, belly dancing, Christmas shopping. I haven't done any. Well, wreck off it. You're still crocheting your blanket. Well, your blankets are big, aren't they? Oh, God, Lydia, yeah. We all get them. My friend got one today while we were at the craft fair, saying, Mama, my phone has died. You need to phone me on this number and let me ask. Yeah, right, okay. You've been decorating your house for Christmas. Yay! I thought you'd be joining Jane. Is it Jane who's got all those nutcracker people? Oh, I wish these scam people would get a proper job and stop trying to wring money out of people. They must have no conscience at all. You'd have loved that. If you watched the video I put up today, you'd have loved my mate's decorations. She's made some lovely Christmas decorations, and I'm surprised she didn't sell them all because they were really, really cheap. Yeah. I'll be putting my Christmas decorations up when they finish up downstairs in a box. They're in a big box. And the trees are up there as well. Because I did buy a new tree, if you all remember, it was in that corner over there last year. So, but we shall see. Might get some new lights that are battery operated because with all the electric going up. I mean, there's some houses round here that honestly, they're like lit up like Santa's grotto. They must have more money. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. My friend made some little baskets that had a sort of chocolate coin in it or something, yeah. That would require effort. You've got lots of pics up on your Facebook. Right, we'll have to have a look, Kaz. Everybody look at Kaz's Facebook. Yeah. Bah humbug. My son's a little bit bah humbug over Christmas decorations, yeah. My friend made some lovely wreaths as well. Oh, they're so nice. Little animals and things in them. Oh, so surprised it didn't sell. But we've got another Christmas fair. You wonder what people want for the money, don't you? They were so cheap, her decorations. I would have doubled the price, maybe. Oh, you can never have too much chocolate, garlic, or Santas. I've got some chocolate actually today, but I had this piece of googie cake at tea time that I'd bought from the craft shop. And it was really, I should have really only ate half of it, if you know what I mean. It was that big and gluey. But I ate it. Yeah. You're going to watch your mum's decorations, yeah. Well, I gave all mine away when I moved here, so I had to buy all new last year. They're not brilliant decorations. I think they're only from like B&M bargains or something. Yeah. But Mike's husband was a Christmas fanatic. You know, we had to have everything. I used to hate it because he used to glue cotton wool snow all over the windows, and then when you have to clean them afterwards, you can't get the glue off. You know, it'd be about March before we got the glue off the windows, yeah. So the COVID's supposed to be gone down. You know, the reported cases. I don't know whether that means that people aren't reporting them anymore, but you know, they do say it's going down, touching wood. I've not had my fourth COVID vaccine. I've turned it down. I've had me flu jab, but I've not had my fourth COVID. How many jabs are they going to give us, for goodness sake? We're going to be jabbed every year forevermore and a day. You know, is it going to be a routine thing? Come here, I'll stick something in your arm. But you think it'd be fine to visit? I would imagine so. Just do a test before you go. And you've had your fifth one. They want to give me my fourth one, Jennifer, and I really don't want another jab. You start to feel like your experimental pincushion, don't you? I mean, I'm not anti-vaccine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not one of them anti-vaxxers. It's just I feel as though I've had enough. You know, I feel as though I've been jabbed enough. Yeah. Oh, mixing the COVID jab with the flu jab. Oh my goodness me. Oh, you got to fly, have you, Lydia? You should be okay. Test yourself and take, if you want, to be absolutely sure, like you say, wear a mask and everything like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, scarlet fever. I had that. In fact, I started school at 3 and a bit because the school was across the road from where we were. And the headmistress got so sick of bringing me home again that she actually let me go to school early because she was sick of taking me home. I used to walk, it's only a little road, I don't mean the main road, little road. I used to walk across the little road every time my mother let me out the back door or I let myself out the back door. I'd disappear and I'd go to school. So then, when I did start school, I don't think I went again till I was 5 because I had everything that was going, the measles, the mumps, the chicken pox, the whatever you got, scarlet fever, scarlatina. I had the lot. So I think I had everything between 3.5 and 5. But I did get some things twice. They say you can't have them twice. I did. I'm just greedy that way. So, yeah, it will be. Yeah. One of my best friends has lost her husband very suddenly 3 weeks ago. So Christmas is going to be a bit rough for her. And BB that's on here, she's just lost her husband as well. It's not good at any time of the year, is it? But it's especially bad, I think, at high days and holidays, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you got to stay abroad. I think it was measles, isn't it? My mother always used to swear that it was measles that made her eyesight so bad. Whether it's true, whether it's not. But I know when I had the measles, she drew the curtains and my poor dad was like stumbling around because she wouldn't let him put the light on. Yeah. And he used to keep saying, I'm glad when these measles are over and we can draw the curtains again. And she had the curtains drawn day and night. Oh, look, I've frozen again. I don't blame you, Kaz. You go out and take your mind off things. Bit of company is amazing, isn't it, really? I mean, where I went today, I was just saying before, the company was great. The stall holders were very friendly. Everybody speaks to each other and they're all, very supportive. And it makes a difference, doesn't it, when you go somewhere? You can go to places and people don't speak to you and they're all the time. But, when you go out somewhere and somebody says, oh, hello, how are you doing? And greets you. It makes a big, big difference to your day, doesn't it? So it was a good day social wise, yeah. And then the choir that I'm usually in, they did some singing, they did some Christmas, I'm walking in the air and all that jazz. So they sang 3 little songs. I should have been with them, but I haven't been for the last 2 weeks. So I didn't know the last 2 songs they were singing. Hi, Charles. How's the mister? Is he behaving himself? Or I should say the little mister, shouldn't I? You've refreshed and got a bit hunky. Oh, you go all out on the decorations. I thought you meant you went out, like dancing and kicking your heels up and stuff. Oh, he's had the scarlet fever as well. Somebody on here, their nephew's had it. Is it nephew? Yeah. Must be going around again. A bit hinky. You haven't met your I've given up looking for my prince. I think he's gone into hiding. Yeah. He's under a rock somewhere. Out at sea. Oh, they had to rescue a little seal pup in Fleetwood. the other day to got washed up on the rocks. Anyway, they managed to rescue it and send it back out to sea. My daughter-in-law was walking the dogs, and apparently this woman was flapping about saying, "Put all the dogs on leads. There's a little seal pup here." Anyway, they called the rescue out, or they called somebody out, and they managed to whatever it was, anyway, repatriate it and send it back out to its mum. It must have got washed in on the high tides, because there's been some really high tides coming in. It tickled me because I was thinking of shad, because all the fishermen were there. The sea was as rough as anything. It was coming in. I mean, there's some surfers. Must have been freezing out there. Surfers there and paddleboarders. And then there was all these fishermen all in a big row. And I said to one, I said, "Do you catch anything when it's weather like this?" And he went, "Oh, yeah. That's why we all come down. Yeah. It's no mince pies. There's two kinds of mince pies in the UK. There's mince meat pies, which is meat from the butchers, or there's mince meat, which for some reason it's called mince meat, and it's all dried fruit. Yeah. I think you did the right thing there, Charles. These handsome printers turn out to be a little bit more like frogs, don't they? Oh, the M60 shut both ways. It's either going to be rain or a big crash. I like mince pies now and again. I'm not the biggest fan of them. You know, I do get some Christmas, but you usually get some brandy butter or brandy sauce to put on them. You know, and you make it like into a pudding or something like that. But if you get a good mince pie, they're great. But a lot of the ones you get in the stores now are all pastry and very little fruit. It's like eating pastry and more pastry. So then I'm not a big fan. Yeah. You like mince pies, do you, Nathan? A fruitless truffle with half a bottle. Or fruitless trifle. I thought you said a truffle. It's Nathan's youngest son's birthday today. So it's happy birthday. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Leon, I'm sorry, I don't remember your son's name. I remember Leon, but not the other one. Leon's the older one, isn't he? Have I got that wrong? You know what I'm like with names? Oh, BB, Kelly Robinson. That was what it was. That's her last name. It's just come to me now. Yeah. BB asked me what Kelly's surname was, and it's just come to me. Kelly Robinson. I told you it would take me half an hour to remember, didn't I? And I was right. Yeah, I'm absolutely useless with names. Absolutely useless, yeah. You had a glass of mulled wine. I can't say as I've ever had mulled wine. It was 2 days ago. Well, we can still celebrate it, Nathan, even if it was 2 days ago. I'm probably seeing the pictures that you put up 2 days late, yeah. It's not Leon, is it? Leon's the elder one, isn't it? Have I got that the wrong way around? Oh, dear. I'm always glad when Facebook reminds me of people's birthdays because I'm absolutely rubbish. But the trouble is, it reminds me the day that it is. So it's a bit late to rush out and get a card. But at least you can say happy birthday to them, can't you? And it makes them think that you haven't completely forgotten about them. Yeah, it's me, Friday. It's Brandon. I didn't remember his name. I remember Leon, but not Brandon. Yeah. Does it make you feel old, Nathan? My son's 53. How do you think that makes me feel? Oh. Like, Grandma, oh, you've got the same birthday as me, the 25th. Kelly got married. Well, yeah, sort of. Not saying anything. Not saying anything. Oh dear. Did you go for your scan today, Sean, or was that another day? Nathan, that would be too easy. You know me, brain dead. It would be too easy to look through the upcoming birthdays. Yeah. My son is 50. No good with maths. I think he's 53. 1969 he was born. When did Kelly get married? I don't know. She just announced it on her video. But so yeah, whatever. I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'll get in trouble if I say anything. So I'm not saying anything. 48-hour fast. It's not Ramadan again, is it? Or is it you that's doing the 48-hour fast? Well, you're lucky, Shad. At least you've got a brain. I don't think they'd find one with me. Oh, you were on a 48-hour fast. I couldn't do that. No, couldn't do that. Mind you, when I go and see my diabetic nurse on Monday, she'll probably on a 10-day fast. She'd probably say, "You have been so naughty. Go away, silly woman." I got a lecture from my son about my pancreas the other day. Do you realise you get pancreas trouble if you don't do as you're told? And I'm like, oh, yeah, right, okay. Yeah. Your son's 39. You're doing a 60. Oh, God, Nathan, I couldn't do that. I fast when I'm asleep. That's about the limit of my fasting. So some days maybe I do a 12-hour fast because I can not get out of bed, Maybe I do a sort of a fast because I'm not very good on breakfasts. I'll get up and have a coffee, so does that break the fast? But I don't actually eat anything until maybe 11 o'clock. And so I've gone from like 11 o'clock at night until about 11 o'clock in the morning. So does that count? Like a 12-hour fast? I don't know. You've got two boys, 41, 39. I've only got the one, sadly. Wasn't meant to be only one, but that was all I got given. I just got given the one. So it wasn't for the one to try in, but I just got the one. Oh, I need my entire spine doing. I don't know whether I want to know, though. Is it something you want to know if you have things like that done, Sean, or you just have them done because they tell you? Yeah. I don't know whether, sometimes I think, yes, I would like another MRI scan. I would like to know what's going on inside my body. Then other times I think, no, I don't think I want to know. I'm a bit like, what puts the head in the sand? An ostrich. I'm a bit like an ostrich, I like to put my head in the sand and forget it's not happening, yeah. Oh, dear. I suppose they do, don't they? In my case, at my time of life, I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference, Sean. With me, anyway. It's not like I've got to live forever, is it? But if I was your age, yes, I probably would want to know what was going on. But at my age, I think, no, I'd rather not. Rather not know. I nearly got squished. I was out last Wednesday, and this big wagon stopped at this roundabout thing and left room for me to go across. And his mate, who was in the passenger seat, was like that, you know. But he obviously didn't communicate to the driver that he was letting me go through. And as I started going across the road, he started moving. So he nearly squished me. Ooh, I was nearly not here. So, no, if you've got no choice, no. I don't like the noise those scanners make. I know they give you earmuff things, but the ones I go through, they go boom, 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 and then they go, and it drives you crackers. Oh, you couldn't take a nap, Patricia. You couldn't. I mean, what happened to when they used to play your music when you were in there? What happened to that? Why do they not do that anymore? Those ear defender things they gave me didn't work, I tell you. Oh, they do have a horn, they do, but you should hear it. It's pathetic. It goes, wah. As Arian said, you should have looked at the driver, not looked at the passenger, just because the passenger told you to go. The driver obviously didn't, yeah. They don't even give you music anymore, Chrissy. Well, I don't know whether they did with Sean, but they didn't give me any music, no. Oh, it's hard to stay still, yeah. You can sleep anywhere. Oh, I can't. I either fall asleep immediately when I get in bed, but then wake up about 3 o'clock. Then I can't get back to sleep. Or I'm awake all night. It's like two ways with me, yeah. Yeah, it's always cold in the MRI, and it's always like a breeze blowing through. Oh, I don't know why they have to blow breeze on you. You finish going, and you're in there, and then they say, keep still, Janet, keep still. I don't like it when they go, breathe in and hold your breath. And you go, can I breathe out yet? Sometimes they forget to tell you to breathe out again. And you're going purple in the scanner. Excuse me, slurping. I've got to the end of my tin. Oh, is that what it is? MRI machines don't like the heat. Well, I don't like the cold, so maybe they should build an MRI scanner that does like the heat. I've had a few in my time, but I mean, they never tell you anything, do they? Do they tell you anything? They never tell me anything. They go, while they're all looking at it. And you feel like going looking over the shoulder saying, which bit are you looking at? Is that me? Is that what I look like inside? Can you show me? They just nod, don't they, inscrutably. And you're like, what? It's only in the movies that they start telling you what they're looking at. I think the NHS likes to keep things to themselves. Like, we won't tell her. We'll just let her worry because we're going. Oh dear. I went to the dentist. How lovely, joyful dentist. And even though I was in the scooter, I got absolutely wet throat. And I was so embarrassed because when I stood up to go into the dentist, I just looked like I'd wet myself. All the back of my coat, it had run down the back of my coat, and there was a huge wet patch on my dress. And I said to the dentist, I said, I haven't had an accident. I said, my scooter's leaked till it's wet me through. She was taking pity on me, trying to stand me next to the radiator and everything. Still filtered. And then I had to come home again with a wet behind, yeah. when I come in, I had to strip everything off, even down to my underwear. I was wet through. Wet through. It's embarrassing. I mean, she poor girl she had to dry all the what do you call it? It's, you know, the where I've been sitting. She had to dry it all off. Oh, I hope she believed me that I hadn't had an accident or anything. I thought incontinence is not one of my problems. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, I know. They make them. How was the craft fair? The craft fair was great. I did sell things. I mean, friend that was with me, she sold things as well. But of course, you're never happy. You want to sell everything, don't you? And it doesn't ever happen. So, I came back with bags. Took bags, came back with bags, yeah. But yeah, it was a good craft fair. Can't grumble. Can't grumble. At least I didn't sell nothing. But of course, you always go with high expectations. I'm going to sell everything. And of course, you don't. But I've ceased to have high expectations anymore now. I think to myself, well, I'm just taking all this stuff in, I'll just bring it all back again. Yeah, I did make a video, Kaz, so it's only a short one. Yeah. Not just my things, I did make a video, but I was explaining, I kept my camera low so you see a lot of the floor, because a lot of people don't want the faces on the cameras. The shawl sale, we sold 1, 2, 3, 4. We sold 4. 2 of mine and 2 of Sarah's. We sold 4. Yeah, I filmed other people's stalls. I didn't just film mine, Kaz. I'm not that not that big-headed. Don't come and look at my stall. Don't look at anybody else's. No, I did film other people's. And I did say that, if anybody wanted to know who people were, that I would try and find out who they were, and if you were interested in anything that was showing. Because you've all got to help each other out these days, haven't you? You've got to, just, what they call it, network, isn't it? Networking. You have to introduce people to other people. There were some beautiful things on other people's stalls. There really were some beautiful, beautiful things. But I hadn't gone to spend money, because I'd gone to get money, if you know what I mean, not to spend it. I did buy 3 cakes, though, which were quite expensive, but they were very nice and very gooey, and I'm full. As soon as I had my diabetic nurse appointment on Monday to slap my hand, I should not have eaten a big gooey chocolate cake, but hey ho. You only live once, don't you? They were right on my tombstone. It was a short life and a merry one. Oh dear. If you could see what I have, well, you've seen what I've got in the shed, haven't you, Kaz? They'll be hanging them on my tombstone if I don't sell them soon, yeah. Here lies Jan of the many crocheted garments, She couldn't take them with them, but wish she had, yeah. Oh dear. I've got my Etsy shop up again, and I have to keep my fingers crossed with that. I put some more things on tonight. But I need to take photos of all the newer stuff, because I haven't took photos. So that'll be I don't know about tomorrow, because I'm feeling a bit knackered, actually. I might have a rest tomorrow. If I get up in time, I could do some Monday morning before I get the dreaded diabetes list. We need to talk to you about your diet, she said. I thought, well, you can talk away, because I won't take any notice. Who can live on a diet except unless you Nathan, who can do his fasting? I can't do that, can I? Heck. You get used to, when you're my age, you get used to a way of eating, a way of life, and a way of what you do. And then all of a sudden, when you get old, they want you to change everything. And you're like, well, I never did. I lived 70 years like without diabetes, so why have I got it now, you know? Oh, I can take my scooter, yeah. I might get wet, but I can take my scooter, Lydia. Dashing through the rain. I might be better if I had a reindeer, yeah. Margaritas, yeah. I love these old dears that are about 100 and something, and they smoke like troopers, don't they? And they drink. And all they say is, well, I never got married, you know. I'm very lazy, Greek Stitch. I'm very lazy. I'm not a very good businesswoman. I don't promote myself. I'm not. No good at I've got lazy, I've told you. I'm a lazy so-and-so. And I'll admit it. Yeah, I'm a lazy so-and-so. It's just, I get all these good ideas that spring into my head, and I think, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and I'm like, no, I think I'll do it another day. You know, I used to be bum 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 on the button, but as you get older, it's, you know, everything's like, oh, tomorrow, manana. You know, I've only burnt my finger and it won't heal up, Lydia. I mean, it's pathetic. I've had a burnt finger for over a week that will not heal. It's just, you know, I mean, it would have just healed in 5 minutes not long ago, but you know. I used to be the same, Kaz. When I was younger, I was on the button, on the ball. I used to sew, like you say, Santa the Eskimos, and not Santa the Eskimos, Santa the desert, you know, the Arabs, as it did say. But no, my sort of business pizzazz is gone now. It's passed me by. I suppose if, you know, you depended upon it for your last crust or you needed the money so desperately, you would do more, wouldn't you? But with me, it's more a case of I want to bank the shed, but I'm not giving them away, if you know what I mean? Because my business acumen will not let me give it away because I want at least the money back from the wool, you know? I'm not making anything profit wise on anything I'm making at the minute. I'm just hopefully getting the price back of the wool, yeah. Um, so I'll never be a businesswoman. But then again, I don't want to be anymore. You know, I don't want to have a business. I don't want orders. I don't want people asking me things. And the only thing I might do for the next craft fair, which I did get asked for quite a few times today, was children's headbands instead of the ladies' headbands, you know. And I didn't have any of them. So they wouldn't take long, and they're only going to be using scraps up that I've got, yeah. So that's one thing I might make for the next craft fair. I might try some children's headbands and see whether they would sell. Or even a Santa hat, like, you know, I watch Crochet Rocks, you know, I watch Tracy. She's made a couple of really nice Santa hats, like children's Santa hats. One was a long one like that with a bell on the end of it. Not so sure about the bell, because if it was a young child, he'd probably put it in his mouth, wouldn't it? But, you know. She made like an elf hat. One was green and red and white, and I think the other one was red and white. Yeah. Yeah, we had some fantastic ornaments that my friend had made. And honestly, they were so cheap, Lydia. And people didn't buy them, and I don't understand. They were gorgeous. They were like all Fair Isle in crochet, you know, Fair Isle, all colour work in crochet. And she was selling them for something silly, like £1 or something. And didn't sell them, yeah. I just want to get the money back for the wool I spent. That's me being tight, me being whatever. And then I want the space in the shed, as I said before. Yeah. Crochet Rocks, I'm following her. As you know, she's converted a caravan like into a, yeah, it was a pound, Lydia, and nobody bought them. Yeah, and they were lovely, weren't they? Yeah, she's converted a caravan into a crafting space. And I have to smile because she's just like me. When I went to look in my shed, I thought it was huge. Yeah. And she's going, I'm planning on putting here and I'm planning on putting there. And I'm smiling to myself thinking, Tracy, it's not got elastic sides. You're not going to get all of that in there. Make it, I don't know how people, you have to be so dedicated and so lucky, and you have to be in making things that people want to buy, which is very difficult. Trying to work out what people actually want you to make or want you to do. If we knew that, we'd all be millionaires, wouldn't we? If we could foresee what the latest trend was or what it would be, or if you knew what people wanted to buy, you'd be a millionaire, wouldn't you? But some people have a knack, don't they, of, but then of course they're young and they've got lovely figures and they're prancing about in a bikini, a crochet bikini, and, I mean, not being funny, but who would want to see me prancing about in a crochet bikini unless they were weirdos? I think a lot of the fashion business is for the very young these days, You have to be young, you have to be trendy, you have to know what's on whatever. And let's face it, I'm not young, I'm not trendy, I wear what I want, I don't wear fashion. I don't go scouring the shops looking what young ones are wearing and stuff. And in any case, the clientele that watch me that are not that young age group. When you look at the demographics of your YouTube videos, my watchers are all well over 35, not being rude to anybody, but I don't have that anybody young who's actually watching me. So, hey ho, 'tis what it is. No good a moaning, is it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, pajamas, yeah. They still wear pajamas here to take the kids to school, Chris. It's not just in the US. It's like pajama pants and Ugg boots over here. No pride in their appearance, some of them. We were in a cafe the other day and this girl came in and we just looked at each other and burst out laughing. And she probably thought she was the bee's knees, but she had them lips. And we just went, we're all of a certain age group, like we all burst out laughing. And I thought, does she think she looks nice? Because she looks stupid. She just looked like she'd stuck herself to a window somewhere. I do when I'm what I this is why I don't want a business anymore, Sean. I don't want to have to crochet what people want me to crochet. Does that sound selfish or whatever? I crochet what I want to, what gives me joy, what makes me happy. That's when people say, oh, make a blanket. I'm like, oh God, no. Some people get enjoyment out of making a blanket. I wouldn't, you see. So whatever, if you're happy with what you're crocheting and you really like what you're crocheting, that's great. But I only like to crochet certain things. Like I say, I know it's maybe selfish of me, but I don't like orders when people tell me what they want me to crochet. Because, yeah, what's it? You were staring at her lips. Yeah, don't they look awful? Yeah, they have these eyelashes that look like they've got, I don't know what, half of a furry animal stuck to their eyelid, yeah. And they're like big, sweepy, and those eyebrows. Well, they call it microblading. They look like they've got two slugs hanging over each eye, don't they? Oh dear. No, I'm really happy if I'm crocheting what I'm enjoying. And unfortunately for me, I enjoy crocheting garments, which is sad because like they don't sell, particularly. Although everybody was going crazy for this cardigan at the craft show. And yet I've had these cardigans hanging on my rail at craft shows and nobody's bought them. And yet today everybody was stopping me. Have you made have you made your cardigan? It's gorgeous. Oh. And I'm like, yeah, I've got them for sale. You don't want them, do you? But no, this girl looked ridiculous the other day when we were all laughing. She just looked so ridiculous. She had the eyebrows, the eyelashes, and these trout lips. And I'm looking at her thinking, oh my God, you look hideous. Hideous. I can't understand where this craze came from. I can understand Botox in a certain, but not in anybody young. Why does somebody who's about 20 and hasn't got a wrinkle or a line, why do they want Botox? You think it came from Brazil? I don't know where it came from. I can understand anybody that's in the public eye, say, for example, an actress or whatever, having a little bit of touch up because she feels she won't get jobs in the film industry, But the ordinary woman in the street, I cannot understand why she would waste her money. It costs hundreds, doesn't it, to have that Botox? You know. Oh, TikTok and those silly little apps. When we were in the cafe after we'd seen this woman, one of the girls there, she's more au fait with all these thingamajigs, and she took our photos. And she said she put an app on us, and honest to God, we look we look young, but we look ridiculous, if you know what I mean. It's somebody once did that with one of my photos. We were talking on, are you chatting like this? And I was saying I didn't have the app, and she said, just send me a photograph. Well, she sent it back, and I can honestly say it didn't look like me when I was young because I was never that glamorous when I was young, yeah. In fact, I keep meaning to find that photograph and show it to my friends because, when they were doing these app things and, you know, you can turn yourself into cats, dogs, everything, whatever. What's the point? Eventually, people are going to see you face to face and know that you don't look like your picture on the app, don't you? I wouldn't want to do. It's like lying, isn't it? Well, they call it catfishing, don't they? Where these women make the face up with all this contouring and stuff, and they're as ugly as sin underneath it all, aren't they? What do they hope to achieve? If they, yeah, but nobody meets people. I feel sorry for the teenagers today. They don't go and meet somebody, go and meet a few friends, do they, and have a chit chat and kick about in the park and stuff like that. I know some boys do, but you know, girls, they all stay in, don't they? And they're on their phone all the time and they don't actually meet people face to face anymore. It's like fake lives, isn't it? Fake. They see this I'm a celebrity, get me out of here and love whatnot and everything like that. And they think that they have got to look like that or they're not socially acceptable. And thankfully, I grew up when it didn't really matter what on earth you looked like. People didn't pick on you. Just because you might have had big ears or you had a big nose or something, people didn't pick on you like they do now. It's nastiness, isn't it, and they hide behind the screens, don't they? Yeah. I've never been a beauty, Carl. You just make the best of it, don't you? I don't expect to look in the mirror and think, my God, Janet, you're so gorgeous. You know, I look in the mirror and think, you've not done a bad job with your makeup today. And that's the best you can aim for. But I'm not unhappy. I'm not unhappy with the way I look. Yeah. I've got older. So, you know, I can't help that, can I? You know, everybody ages, everybody gets wrinkles. Why get so distressed about it? I don't understand it. Yeah. No, I've never been self-conscious really, except my ex used to do me down a lot, you know. He gave me complexes that I shouldn't have had, if you know what I mean, but we're not talking about that. But apart from that, I just go with the flow. Like you said, you do your hair the best you can, don't you? You do your makeup the best you can. Put some clothes on nice. You look in the mirror, you think I've done the best I can do, yeah. Now, yeah, if you know, I do feel sorry for people who've got this sort of disease or whatever they call it, where they're always constantly picking on themselves. You know, I had a friend like that who thought she was fat and she was absolutely skinny, really skinny. And she kept saying, but I'm fat. Look, I'm fat. And she, oh, thank you. She couldn't even pinch a quarter of an inch, you know, of fat anywhere on her body. And I stood her one time in front of the mirror. I was like 18 stone then. And I stood side by side in the mirror and I said, look in the mirror. What do you see? And she said, you look great. And I went, all I see is I'm twice the size of you and you think you're fat. I said, please look at yourself carefully. You know, stop beating yourself up. You're not fat. Oh, but I'm fat, look. And she pinched like a little bit on her. Oh. I felt sorry for her because it was an illness. She just could not get into her head that she looked fine. Yeah. And she wasted much of her life like bothering because she thought she was fat. I thought I was fat, but I was. Yeah, body dysmorphia. Yeah, she definitely had that. Yeah. Hi, Julie. I wish I had a boyfriend once after my ex-husband that made me feel like $1 million. And he was great. Yeah, he was. He gave me back my self-confidence and everything. Yeah. He was great. He really was. And if I say, you know, do you think I'm putting a bit of weight on? He said, more of you to love, dear. Don't worry about it, you know. Whereas my ex was the opposite. It was everything was wrong about me. It was my fault if it rained. You know what I mean? One of them. You can't win, can you? You know. I'm having my dandelion and burdock, people. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. But yeah, but it's all right, Patricia. They might not have no percent body fat, but if they're okay with it, that's fine. But my friend thought she was fat. And she was so thin you could see the veins on her arms, you know. Blue veins up her arms because she was so thin. Oh, you're from Eastern European. All right. Angelicas. Hello. Yeah, I say cheers. Have I made you want a drink, Cass? It's only dandelion and burdock. It's nothing, what do you call it? It's not a G&T or anything like that, you know. Oh, I forgot to show my. I bought a plaque thing. I can't show it. It's in the other room. It says something about please don't knock on the door. The dogs will bark. I will yell. And it'll all be mayhem in here or something. Thought, yeah, we need that. You're going to run some errands. What are you going to buy, Lydia? Are you buying anything nice? One of your son's favourite drinks? I haven't drunk dandelion and burdock for years and years until I saw these in B&M's. So you're not doing anything exciting now. You kill for a hot wine? Oh, I don't like hot wine, no. Is that mulled wine where they stick a poker in it? I thought, how unhygienic sticking a poker, especially if it come out the fire. I'd hope they have a special poker that's clean before they stuck it in my wine. I always think of that at Christmas where they used to, you read novels like Charles Dickens and stuff. They used to have mulled wine where they stick a poker in it, don't they, and warm it up. Cream soda, yeah. It doesn't taste as nice as it used to, or is it me? I did get a cream soda not long back and it was like sweet and sickly. And I thought, oh, this doesn't taste like I remember it to taste. It's probably because it's all got that aspartame and saccharin and Lord knows what in it now. I used to like those soda floats, where they put ice cream blob on the top, yeah. I used to like those. But it's all old-fashioned now to have these, like, soda places, isn't it, and things. Kids today don't want that. They can't wait to get into the Wicked, can they, the JDs and stuff. It's just red wine that's cooked with apples, oranges, and spices. Oh, that sounds very Christmassy. Must admit, I've never had anything like that, but I can't do red wine. That's the trouble. I get a migraine with red wine. So I tend to avoid it. I can drink rosé. I can drink white wine, but I'm not much for alcohol anyway, really. So I'm, not anti it. I'm not anything. It's just, when things give me a headache or make me feel poorly, I think, what's the point? I used to drink. Yeah, I used to drink. Not a lot, but I used to drink, yeah. And I will drink if I go out socially. But I tend to drink spirits if I go out at all. I'll maybe have a rum and coke or something like that. But I'm not, let's just say the pubs will never get rich off me because I'm not much of a drinker. I think as you grow older, you either do one or two things. You either drink more or you give it up. And I think I've given it up, really. I suppose if I went out socially more, then I might, have a drink, like when you go out, when we used to go out as couples and things, I used to go out on a night out with the girls and that. I used to drink then. I'm not teetotal or anything. But now I rarely go anywhere. And the people that I associate with now, they're all elderly and they could be on some kind of tablets that they can't drink on, or they're driving home, yeah. So they won't have a drink, obviously, because they're driving home. So we tend to turn into a bit of a teetotal bunch. Oh, you're back, Kaz. Hello, back. Yeah, I stopped drinking really when I started going out and driving. Because, like, I was always the designated driver that was on the lemonade, like, or the Coca-Cola. Because I just, well, I never had the money for taxis, let's just say. So if I was going out, I had money to get me drinks with, but oh, we know where you're going, Patricia. We know where you're going. Apple and blackcurrant squash. I've not had that. I'm not a lover of apple juice for some reason, and I don't like cider. I love Vimto. Bad for you, isn't it? Because even if you get the low sugar one, I love a Vimto. I really love Vimto. And I will have orange squash, but only Robinsons. I'm very faddy. I won't have any old generic ones. I want Robinsons, yeah. I know it's about 20p to spend a penny these days. It is round here anyway. I tend to go into the cafes that have got their own loos. I don't like using public loos anymore. What happened to the old deer that used to be there, didn't she? She used to have a saucer, didn't she, where you put pennies in. But my God, those places used to be clean, didn't they? She'd be there with their mop bucket, wouldn't she? They used to be spotlessly clean, but I suppose she would be under attack now, wouldn't she? Under threat or something now. Yobs would probably go in and attack her. It doesn't actually snow where I live because I live right next to the sea. And apparently the salt in the air keeps the snow away. But yeah, there is snow in the UK, yeah, in a lot of places in the UK. Not at the minute, I don't think we've got snow at the minute. I know in the UK, the US, they've got snow. I was watching Jill in Fiberfloozy today, and she was taking the dog out in the snow. So, yeah. You've got your coffee head easing. Yeah, you used to like your JD, didn't you, Sean? I bet you can't have that now with all the tablets you're on. How we change. What do you mean it costs more than 20p where you are? Oh, rain. I tell you, not last week, the week before, I thought I was going to build an ark. It was that bad. The weather here was dire. Absolutely sheeting down rain. We had I can't say that, a yellow weather warning. It's windy here, though, where we are, because we're, close to the sea. We get the sea breeze. Breeze. That's a misnomer. The sea gale. And we get a lot of sea foam. It looks like soap suds coming flying. Oh, we're waiting to get the front done. But every time we save up some money to get the front done, something happens and we have to spend it. But they want a terrific amount of money to sort the front out. We've had 2 quotes. One was 10 grand and the other one was 20 grand. I mean, we've spent a fortune having it all levelled out. It was worse before it was all like that. So now it's levelled out, but it's still got big pools, yeah. Yeah, it's like, they call it sea foam. It just looks like soap suds coming flying at us, Yeah. Where I am, where I live, I'm sort of in the middle of 2 tourist places. I'm on the quiet bit. There's like Fleetwood up at that end and Cleavy's down at that end, and we're in the middle where there's nobody. We don't have a cafe, we don't have anything. It's just concrete and sea, yeah. So we don't get many tourists on our little bit. If I go that way to Cleveland, yes, there's tourists. If I go that way to Fleetwood, there's tourists. But where I am in the middle, yeah. It cost us about 5 grand, Chris, when we moved here to get the back garden sorted out. It was like a swamp. We had to have ground drainage put in. I mean, touch wood, the back garden isn't like a river anymore. But we just couldn't afford to do the front, yeah. It's all money these days, isn't it? Money, money, money. Then I win the lottery. I keep winning lucky dips, but I never actually win the lottery. But I keep thinking I must have lucky numbers if I keep winning lucky dips. Yeah, you have won a lucky dip. Oh, thank you very much. Would you make my lucky dip win some money, please? Then you wouldn't see me for a few Saturdays because I'd be off on a cruise. Somewhere warmer. Yeah. I watched Jane McDonald. You don't get her in the US, I presume, but if you're in the UK, Jane McDonald, she was cruising around Barbados it was a repeat. She was cruising in Barbados, swimming with the turtles and everything, and walking along this sand in the sunshine. And I'm like, oh, I want to go there. And it did actually look flat, so I could have gone there. I mean, England, well, and Wales and Scotland and Ireland, they are very, very beautiful when the weather's nice, but you cannot guarantee it in this country. You know, there's nowhere nicer than actually a lot of the places that you can go to if the weather's lovely. It's beautiful. But you can't guarantee weather. You could go away for a fortnight somewhere and it could rain the whole fortnight. And yet, if you're lucky, you could go for a fortnight and the sun beautiful, and you think, oh, this is a gorgeous place. And yet somebody else is saying, yeah, I went the other week and it rained the whole time. You know, I was watching Denise, if you know, Denise Deer Designs. She comes on here sometimes. And she's in Malta at the minute, and it was raining really bad and storming and everything. But then again, it is November. It's not exactly tourist season, is it? But yet I've been to Tenerife in November, and it was absolutely glorious. You know, swimsuit weather, shorts weather. And yet other people have been to Tenerife in November, and it's been awful. The weather's been terrible. Just the look of the draw, isn't it, I suppose? To cut it, my elastoplast has gone unsticky, so I'm having to trim it. It'll probably fall off now. You call them band-aids, don't you, in America? We call them elastoplasts or plasters. If I get the plasticky ones, they make my fingers sweat and it goes all wet and soggy looking underneath it. And yet if I get these fabric ones, which are much better, you can't wash your fingers. You can't wash your hands, because if you wash your hands, the plastic gets sodden. You can't win. Can't win. I just wish the darn thing would heal up. And I can even try to do some crochet. Because I promised my friend I'd make her. We wear, when we go to Harmony and Health singing, we wear this yucky yellow. I think I've told you about it before, when I was making that blanket in yucky yellow. And, oh, I've got a little fly crawling up the screen. One of them little teeny weeny fruit flies. Anyway, she asked me if I would make her some fingerless mittens and a headband in yellow so she could wear it with the singing. So I said I would. I've got to see if I've got any yellow there. Always the way when somebody asks you for a particular colour, you never have it, do you, in stock? You never have any in your stash. I've got some yellow, but I think it's more of an orangey yellow, actually. Still, she might like it. Maybe I'll do it. Because I won't get to the wool shop before Tuesday. And I might see her on Tuesday. So maybe I'll do the brighter colour one and hope she likes it. Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, dear. Do you know, I've only been on an hour and a half and I'm already nodding off. You will wake me up, won't you, if I go to sleep? You know, can you all go... I don't know whether any of you have been on my lives. I nodded off twice, I think, when I lived at the other house. And I was on much stronger medications and it was just gone. Yeah. I haven't done that here. Oh. Someone's asking me a question. Well, look at the craft fair. They must have been looking at yesterday's. Just wondered, where do you? Oh, where do I what? I'll have to look at that after. Yeah, I don't know what the question was now. Where do I do? I bought myself a case. It had to be purple, didn't it? This phone's still playing up. Still keeps giving me stupid messages. Let me see what she said to me. I'm being nosy again. Sorry about this, people, but I'm being nosy. Where do I buy my buttons from? They're very expensive. I bought a lot of mine when I could get them from China, to be quite truthful. I got them on eBay, got bundles of them. I probably couldn't even afford to buy the buttons that I put on things that... I love purple. Purple's my favourite colour, Angelicus. My favourite colour is purple. There was a lot of those at the craft fair, done in that sort of plushy stuff. There was a lot of teddy bears and things done in that stuff. I don't think they were selling them, but they were. She was asking £23 for them, which is quite a bit, really. I suppose maybe the wool's dear, I don't know. But I thought that was a bit much for a little plushy toy about that big. It was £23. I thought that was a bit steep, but that's just me. Yeah, purple's my favourite colour. If you knew me long enough, you would know that nearly everything I've got's got some purple in it somewhere. If it's not purple, it's red. Yeah. Those are my two favourite colours, yeah. And I do like anything brightly coloured, as you probably gathered with my top and my necklace. Everything has to be brightly coloured. I am not a pastels girl. People who say, oh, I love a pastel pink or a pastel blue. Yeah, definitely the queen of purple, yeah. The guy when I was buying this, he said, what colour do you want? I said, well, purple and purple. Oh, purple. I'm keen on it. I can't press the buttons at the side, properly to switch it on. There she goes. There she goes. There's Rosie. In case you're in any doubt. Rosie. And if you want to know what she's barking at, nothing. She's just barking for the heck of it. I've often said if a sparrow farts 2 streets away, she'll bark, yeah. She's a very good house dog, Nobody'd come into any of the house. And she definitely wouldn't let anybody in. But she just gets barky too often, too much at nothing, That's what I don't like, just the barking at nothing. Don't mind her barking at something. That's what they're there for, isn't it, a guard dog? But and she hates. We have a bloke that delivers milk, not to our house. We don't have it. He goes next door that way, next door this way, but he always parks outside our house. And he comes about 1 o'clock in the morning delivering milk. And she really gets, really gets upset with him. Back in the back. Oh, God, she goes bonkers every night. You think, it's the milkman, he comes every night. Get used to it. But nope. And the kids next door, my neighbours are great. We don't hear. They're not noisy. They're not anything. But they come and go a lot. They're teenagers. They're not noisy. Don't get me wrong. They just come and go a lot. And she doesn't like it. She gets really upset with them. Yeah. But, I wouldn't mind if they were noisy. Teenagers, shouting, bawling, carrying on. But they're not. All they're doing is minding their own business, walking in and out of the house. Sometimes with a skateboard under their arm, sometimes with a bicycle. Teenage stuff, But no, Rosie doesn't like it. And the little one, she barks because she can't see anyway. She can't see. She's not only a little fiddling thing, so she can't see. Rosie can come up on the window bottom and she can look in the street up and down. But the little one, she jumps on my recliner to see if she can see out the window to see what Rosie's barking at. But she's like a second-hand barker, if you know what I mean. Oh, Rosie's barking at something. There must be something there. I'll have a bark as well. But tomorrow I think I'll have a lie-in. It's Sunday, isn't it? I do miss the church bells where I used to live before. You wake up to the gentle sound of the bells ringing. And you'd wake up Sunday morning and you'd lie there listening to them, and it was so nice. I miss that here. Other people said they miss it because sometimes I'd video it, when I heard them. I'd put the video camera on and say, listen to the bells. And I miss the little birds that used to sit in the trees and the privets. Here we've only got seagulls. Very raucous things they are. But I used to have a little family of sparrows that lived in my privet hedge. Oh, thank you, Angelicus. Yeah. Good night to you. I hope you have a nice evening and have a nice sleep. I'm hoping to have a nice sleep myself tonight. Gonna conk out them. Gonna go flat out. Hopefully. Nighty night. When I leave here sometimes and I think I am so tired, I'm going to go straight to bed and go straight to sleep. And I get in bed and it's almost like my brain goes, oh, no, you're not. My brain like wired. And yet if I'm on here, I can feel myself going to sleep and I keep saying to you, right, I'm going to have to go now, I'm going to sleep or something. And I go to the bedroom and I think, yeah, just put your nightie on, get in bed and you fall asleep. No. Nope, wide awake. Yeah. I wish I could just get in bed and go to sleep right away, but I have to go through a ritual, I either watch me. I've got a little Kindle thing. It's only a little thing. Sometimes I watch a video or sometimes catch up with people. Well, I think that's why I don't catch up with lives, because when I'm like falling asleep, I don't want to watch something that's like an hour and a half long. I have to look for somebody's just short vlog that's maybe 25, 30 minutes long. Because I don't want to fall asleep with like an hour and a half live churning away in the background, yeah. Oh, here's my Rosie. Hello, my darling. What are you barking at? What are you barking at, chicken? Oh, you're all wet. Is it raining out? Must be raining. Rosie's wet. Is it raining? Is it raining, chicken? Hello. Hello, little. I've got both of them in there. Hello. Hello, my Rosie. Hello, my darling. Hello, chicky. What you doing, you? Hey, what you doing? What you doing, you? You got a runny nose. What you been? You got a cold? Eh? Where's Rosie gone? Oh, she's got a runny nose, little one. Don't do that. Your face is sore. Don't scratch it. Trixie, don't. Trixie, stop it with your ear. Your ear's sore. Stop it. She's scratching her ear, making it sore. Oh. Yeah, she's got a sore ear. She keeps scratching it, making it worse. She's got a sore spot on her face and a sore ear. I don't know, a bit of eczema or something, I don't know. But she keeps scratching it and making it sore. So it must be raining, whoever asked me about the weather, because the dogs are wet through. And they'll only have been out for a wee, so it must be raining. That's a surprise, isn't it? It's Britain. So this is a surprise. Oh, dear. You did your dishes and started some laundry. I've got some laundry to do tomorrow. And the weather's not good to hang anything out, is it, anymore? I have got a clothes area, though, that I open up and try to dry things like naturally, you know, put them in the conservatory or put them in front of the fire when I light it. My son did say we'd have to get one of those rack things, you know, that come down from the ceiling over the fire in here. Oh, like the old days, like your grandma used to have. You know, the pulley thing that comes down from the ceiling, you put your laundry in and wind it back up again. Yeah. It's not too bad. In the conservatory gets the sun if there is any. And even though that we don't have any heating on at the minute in the conservatory, the washing does dry eventually on one of those, you know, clothes area things. So I've got a couple of loads of washing to do because I do my light colours and my dark colours, I do them separately. So I've got a laundry basket full. I need to get the washing done. I tend to save it up and do my washing at the weekends. I usually do. Oh, they put them over the open coal fire usually, Patricia, yeah. We used to have a wooden maiden, you know, that used permanently round our fire when I was a kid. You know, the old-fashioned wooden ones. Everybody's clothes draped over them, yeah. Yeah, we've just got some Sudafed. They're called Sudafed. My son went and got some today. For the dog. We put some Savlon on, but it wasn't healing up, so he's gone and got some Sudocrem, is it called? Sudocrem. And she's got that on her face. Well, it's only started it tonight, yeah. So hopefully. I don't know what she's over the old vacuum hand. It's amazing, isn't it, how many people bought exercise bikes and use them to dry the washing because they never used them. You know, them, what do you call them? Cross trainers. Everybody has their washing hanging on them, don't they? No, mine's like it's like that, and then it's got two pieces that open out like that. The one I've got. I bought it because it folds dead flat, so you can like slide it under. Well, if you had a bed that you could slide it under. So I'm afraid the washing will be going on that tomorrow because we're trying not to use the tumble dryer as much as possible. As soon as my fire's lit, I'll put it in here. I'm not proud. I don't mind drying my underwear in front of the fire, you know. There's only me who looks at it in here, isn't there? So it doesn't matter to me. You know, I'm not one of these posh women that, oh no, I'm not drying my clothes in front of the fire. My ex-husband used to go potty when I dried anything on the radiator. He used to call it Widow Twanky's wash house. Every time he used to come in, he'd take everything off the radiator. I said, well, how am I supposed to dry things? Because we didn't have a tumble dryer back in the day. You know, if it was wet weather and snow on things, I mean, how are you supposed to dry things if you don't put them on the radiator? Yeah, the old clothes rack, I mean, over the fire, that, yeah. Ones that used to go up and down, clothes rack, they used to call them, didn't they? Yeah, we need those again. We'll be coming back to, it'll be old times, like my mother used to say, old times with vinegar. We're all going back to the old ways because people can't afford all these dryers. And I remember speaking to somebody in America, and they live somewhere where it was really hot and warm and dry. And they're like, why do you hang your washing outside? And I'm like, because the sun's free, you know. Line dried clothes smell much nicer. Why would I put the electric? Why would I put a tumble dryer on when it's sun's out? And you can put your bedding out and it dries lovely and beautiful. Why would you put it in a tumble dryer? You know, they'd live somewhere hot. I don't know what states in America they're permanently hot, but some of them are, aren't they? Almost desert conditions they'd live in, and they want to put the clothes in a dryer. And I'm like, why? What's wrong with having a washing line? You know, somebody was telling me that a lot of places they won't let them put a washing line out, or they won't let them dry. I thought, yeah, they'd have to catch me first. I'd have mine hidden somewhere, but it'd be out there. It might not be on a line for everybody to see, but it'd be out there drying, yeah. Yeah. I can remember, I mean, it was always on the clothes made in our clothes, always there. You think, when you think back, you always think, oh, the sun was always shining, the sky was always blue. But yeah, it mustn't have been, because the washing was always on a clothes horse somewhere. Oh yeah, my nappies, or diapers as you call them in America, were always absolutely spot on white, yeah. No, it's not been dry enough to dry clothes. You're right there, Ruth. It's been terrible. Hey, Rick. Hello there. Yeah, you put things on the radiator to dry. My son was in catering college, and the whites that they use for the chefs are very, very thick material. And you couldn't dry. I didn't have a tumble dryer, you know. And I used to have to dry them on the radiator because it was the only way I could get them dry. Yeah. Oh, mangles. Yeah, my mum used to have a mangle. It was outside our back door, and everybody used to ask to borrow it. Yeah. When they were doing the sheets, they wanted to mangle the sheets on our mangle. Yeah. Oh, I've mangled my fingers a few times. Yeah. You're going like that with the stuff through, aren't you? You mangle your fingers. Oh God. Yeah. It was a status symbol, weren't it? Your nappies had to be snow white, hanging on the line. Grey manky nappy. Oh God. I used to think, oh, the state of their house. Very judgmental of me, you know. I had grey nappies on the line. I used to think, oh my goodness, what they've done. Why are their nappies grey? No excuse. It's like I don't like seeing grey underwear, you know, grey bras and grey underwear when it's supposed to be white. They wash them with the jeans, don't they, and everything. You know, if you're going to do that, just buy dark colours. Don't buy a white bra if you're going to stuff it in with your jeans, you know. Yeah, exactly. You know, you wash your nappies separately because well, you know what babies do in nappies. Yeah, you want to keep them separate from the rest of your clothes, don't you? You know, you use different water, let's just say, and then rinse it and run the water away. And then I didn't really boil my nappies, but I did used to hot wash them. And obviously, you hot wash them on their own. You don't hot wash them with other clothes because they're nappies. They've been on babies' bottoms. You know, no. I didn't want them mixing with my clothes, no. Weird like that, you know. Nappies are nappies. I must admit, I used to have 3 dozen nappies because I did like to save them up till I had a washer load, yeah. And then you could wash them all together, like you say, then throw that water away. And then, as I had a twin tub back in the day, and then fill it up again to do your ordinary washing. You know, I used to fill it from the hot tap, like, and then put the heater on, yeah. Oh my God, that's awful. You wouldn't want to wash. I mean, no matter how you soak them or whatever before you wash them, you wouldn't want to put your clothes in the same water as a nappy, would you? That's disgusting. Oh, no, don't bear thinking about it, does it? No, no, let's not go there. But some people don't know how to wash. They stick black t-shirts in with white underwear, don't they? And red underwear, red socks in with their white undies, and they wonder why their husband's underwear's gone pink, don't they? Who's going to spend a fortune on them dye catchers? That's just stupid, isn't it? You don't need to spend a fortune on a die catcher to put it in your washing if you wash everything separately. Woo! Don't get me on that again. Young ones don't know how to wash. Hand wash, they'd go crazy, wouldn't they? What? Hand wash? Hand wash? Who the heck hand washes these days? I do. Not everything, obviously, not everything. But if you have a nice woolly or if you have a nice blouse or a nice dress, you hand wash it, don't you? If you haven't got a big enough, yeah, I wash mine in the shower. You know, when I'm in the shower, I wash them in the shower when I'm in the shower with them. I wash many dresses and things while I'm in the shower. And you leave them to drip in the shower, so they're dripping. And then when they stop dripping, you can put them outside, yeah. That's, yeah. I can remember when I had my son, everything was hand wash, except his nappies, of course. But all his little woolies and his vests and everything was all hand wash only. You know. I mean, today, the mums today should have more time than we ever did, because you can buy even the milk and that ready-made and ready mixed up. You don't even have to sit there mixing the powder and the milk up, do you? And you're not hand washing all the baby cardigans, are you? So, you know how many times the baby's sick in a day? How much bedding you have to wash? My son would wait until he was all dressed up and all prettified and ready to go out somewhere. Best things on his pram and everything, and then he'd sit there and go, with it. Oh no. Oh no. Everything off. Oh, somebody sent me a message. I wonder who. I wonder who. Oh, we've got that Christmas fair. We've got it on the something of December, whatever it is, 3rd of December. She's paying the dorm, the vicarage. I will sort it out with you when I see you. Yeah. She's got to put the money through the vicarage door. Oh, electronics, yeah. When you think about it, our poor mothers used to have to sweep the floor, didn't they, and use a U-bank and stuff. They never had, well, they had hoovers, but not everybody had a hoover, did they? Oh, yeah, you had to rinse them very well, Patricia, otherwise they got sore botties, didn't they, if you left any soap in them? Yeah. Woe betide if you got a nappy rash. Oh, my God. You were the worst mother in the world if they got a nappy rash. Oh, your baby's got a nappy rash. Oh. It was almost like saying your baby's got leprosy, wasn't it? Oh, dear. I used to polish my pram and clean all the metal on the wheels, and used to be sparkly. If you went out in the rain, you wiped it all down, didn't you? God. Today's mothers would rather sit on their mobile phone and watch the, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here, than do anything else, wouldn't they? I don't know. Each generation does less than the last, don't they? And yet they think they're hard done to. They haven't got the latest technology. Oh, they're hard done to, yeah. They haven't got the latest ovens, microwaves, slow cookers, and now it's all that, what do you call them, isn't it? Air fryers. If you haven't got an air fryer, you've never lived. You know, You feel sorry, don't you, for people who are on a budget? Who the heck's got 200 quid for an air fryer? You know, you don't need an air fryer. It's nice to have one. And they're useful if you've got one, and they do save money if you've got one. But if anybody's on a budget, who's got £200 to go out and buy an air fryer, you know? If you're watching every penny, you just don't have that kind of money, do you? Yeah, it's all a trend, isn't it, now? Everybody's got to have an air fryer. Yeah. Oh, we used to scrub the doorstep and donkey stone hours, yeah. I think it went to cardinal red after it was a donkey stone, didn't it? Everybody did cardinal red. And you had to put that on with a cloth, didn't you, and buff it off again. Cardinal red. I had a red tile. In fact, it was still there when I left, actually. It was red tiles in the porch. It was the original doorstep, and then we put the porch over it, but you still had to do the cardinal red, the tiles, yeah. But it did look pretty when you'd done it, yeah. But nowadays it's all PVC this and PVC that, yeah. Yeah, I used to put our Ian in his pram without a nappy. Sometimes it was disastrous, but I mean, he was on a sheet in his pram, yeah. To let the air go to his body, as my mum used to say. But as I say, sometimes it was disastrous results, you know. But we won't go into that tonight. I think he used to wait until he was naked and think, woohoo, I can do this now because I'm not naked. Yeah, the burn, it would do if I didn't keep knocking it, Chris. I tried my best, like today, it's had no plaster on it today. I will take it off when I get it to go to bed because I won't be knocking it when I'm in bed, will I? But it just isn't healing. It's just gone, as my mum would say, gammy. It's just, I've not had a burn go like this ever before. I've had them blister and I've had them, you know, go weird and stuff, but this has gone really strange. It's just not healing. It's probably to do with the poor circulation in my fingers. If the blood's not circulating as quick as it should do, that's probably why it's not healing. My poor mum was like that. She had poor circulation. If she got an ulcer or anything on her leg, it would not heal. It wouldn't. She'd have the district nurse out. She'd have dressings on it and everything, and it just wouldn't heal. A jar of leeches. Oh, it's bad enough when they do the maggots, isn't it? You know, when they put them in that dressing and they put maggots. Yeah, I've got antibiotic cream. I put that on all the time. It's just not healing over. I tell you what I've got. I've got Manuka honey. I need to rake that out. Manuka honey is fantastic for healing things up. I forgot about that. I've got some Manuka honey. It's very icky and sticky and horrible, but it might heal it up. I know it healed my hand up. I had, when I had my carpal tunnel done, they took the stitches out too early and I had a big gaping wound on my hand. And now you can just about see a little line. Because I thought, oh my God, it's going to be a right mess, my hand. Anyway, I healed it up with Manuka honey. It was very, very sticky and everywhere. And I had it bandaged up, because the honey used to soup out and stick all over the bedding and the sheets and everywhere. But it healed it. No problem. There's not a mark there. That looks like an indentation, but it's not. It's just my natural, crease in my hand. The actual scar, you can just faintly see it now. And it went down there and all the way down there. But like I said, they took the stitches out too early and it just gaped open like a mouth. No, this is just, I can't explain, it just isn't healing. It's just like a wet patch almost on my finger that won't heal. Manuka honey, I'm going to find it, yeah. Anybody following the World Cup? Not me, I'm not a footballer. Anybody on here following the World Cup? No, my ex used to watch any kind of football whatsoever, and he put me off football for life. No, Manuka is the best. Manuka honey. Local honey's okay if you're using it for, just anything. But healing wounds, it has to be Manuka. I got this medicinal Manuka, actually. It's in a tube. I don't think it's what you can eat, but it does heal up, Manuka honey. It does. It's good for burns, any kind of burns, Manuka honey, yeah. The old days used to put butter on a burn, didn't they? What the heck was that all about? I don't like honey to eat. I don't like it. I don't know why, I just don't like honey. When they put honey on toast, no. But I don't like Marmite either, or Vegemite, or anything like that. Don't like anything like that. Yeah, if you've got allergies, you can only have the honey close to where you live because the bees eat the flowers and the pollen that you're kind of allergic to. So if you have a local honey, and it's supposed to help you with allergies, yeah. For my boo-boo, yeah, my little boo-boo. Yeah, we should put Manuka honey on her, shouldn't we? On the dog. See if it clears her little face up. We'll see how this Sudocrem does for her face. It healed up the last little spot of, I think it's some kind of like an eczema she gets, and then she scratches it and she just it gets infected. So she has this big patch and she keeps scratching it and scratching it. She had one once before, we put Sudocrem on and that cleared it up. So hopefully it will do, yeah. But once again, I've not done any crocheting, have I? I'm just such a pain in it, yeah. I've nearly found my sewing machine. I can see it. Maybe I shall do some sewing when it's cold in the shed at the moment, but I've got loads of things to shorten because I shrunk. I think I told you, didn't I? I've shrunk and everything. I'm walking on the bottom of all my dresses that used to be all right last year. So I need to have a mammoth shortening session. I've got 2 new pairs of trousers that came a few weeks ago that I can't wear because they're miles too long. Why do they always imagine you're about 6 foot tall when you're buying trousers? Especially if you're a bigger girl like me. They seem to assume that if you're wider, you're taller. It doesn't always work like that, does it? Yeah. Yeah, they used to use honey a lot in ancient Egypt. Yeah, they found that out with the mummies, haven't they, and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, they seem to imagine if you size whatever, you're 6 foot tall. But I might be wider, but I'm not tall. Not tall at all. Yeah, I've had some lovely dresses and things from Shine, is it, or Shein, or whatever it's called. But they always think I'm huge and tall, and yeah. So I need to get the machine out if it's only to sew the hems on things. Put that zip in my fleece that has been out on my fleece for 12 months since nibbled the teeth out of my zip. When she was teething, when she was only just here, when she was new, she chewed the teeth out of me good fleece. I could be wearing that because it's a really good thick fleece. It's not a cheap one, not a thin flimsy one. It's a really good heavy fleece. Paid a lot for that as well. The zip's pinned in, but it needs stitching on the machine. I couldn't hand stitch it because I'd have to, I'd hurt my fingers pushing through because it's so thick here. So I need to get the machine out at least to sew that in. Maybe I can brave the cold long enough to sew the zip in on the machine. I'm not putting the heating on in the shed yet because I'm not in there long enough. So I'm not putting the heating on. I've got an oil-filled radiator that I plug in when I'm in there. But, with the cost of electric and that, I'm not only plugging it in when I have to now. So we shall see. Mainly when I'm working in there, I'm usually warm anyway because I'm flinging wool about and doing all sorts of things. I may be having another cull of some wool, but it won't be ice yarn. And putting some more stuff on eBay. If I do, I'll let you know if anybody's interested. Because it will be going on at probably less than what I paid for it, yeah. But I need a bit more space. Need a bit more room in there, so I definitely need to get rid of something. Yeah. Because I was thinking I could use some of the shells to, put my things that I haven't sold in bags and put them flat on the shelves and stuff. Instead of having them in them great big plastic tub things that I'm tripping over. I mean, I will leave them in the bags, actually, if we're going to another craft fair on the 3rd of December. That's only a couple of weeks away, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2 weeks away, 3rd of December. Yeah, next week, my daughter-in-law and my son are going away for a day for her birthday. It's the day after my birthday. I don't know what we're doing for my birthday. Mine's on a Friday, though, so probably nothing much. It's funny, I couldn't see my niece said she wants to come and see me before my birthday. But this week I was at the craft fair. Next week I've got the dogs, so she won't come when the dogs are here. And the week after that, I'll be going to another craft fair. I'll be seeing her before Christmas if I'm lucky, won't I? Because she can't come during the week because she works, yeah. So it's not like she's round the corner anymore like she used to be when I lived in Manchester. Oh, well. We shall see what we shall see. I need to get a card. All they had today was Christmas cards at the fair. Didn't have any birthday cards. She said, oh, we didn't think anybody would want birthday cards. We thought it would be Christmas cards. And I'm like, people have birthdays in December, don't they, in November? Why would you think that people only want... It used to be the same in the big card shops in Manchester. You go looking for a card in like November or December and you couldn't find any. Hi, Magali. Yeah, you only ever find is Christmas cards. Still, I hope I get up tomorrow. I can take some photographs. I'm looking for a new camera. I think I told you, didn't I, before? My son's on the hunt for a new camera for me. He's trying to find one that records longer than 30 minutes, but it seems to be a thankless task unless you're going to pay loads of money. You've either got to get like a camcorder, which doesn't take stills, it's just a camcorder, or, those little GoPro things that I can't work. I can't work them when they're little. I can't find the buttons. I can't find... I bought a little GoPro thing and then I gave it my son because I couldn't work it. He bought it, right, we bought it so that we could put it on the front of my scooter, take views of wherever it was going, yeah. But I couldn't even switch it on. I didn't know you switched it on. And then when I did manage to record something, I didn't know how to take it off again, to put it onto my... I mean, this camera I've got, it just has one lead that goes from it to my tower, and it just uploads from there. But it started not recording half of the time. Yeah, I like it because it's got a flip, so you can turn it around, like, so I can see what I'm actually videoing. So that's what I said to him. It has to have a flip. And it has to take still. Oh, this brand is just a generic one. It's just a Arboloy or something. I didn't pay a lot for it. It's not a particularly good one. It's one of them Japanese or Chinese or whatever. Generic ones. If you'd have bought the real McCoy, it would have cost twice as much as this. But this one was about 100 and something. But I had it about 5 years ago. So it doesn't owe me anything. It really doesn't. But it's time I branched out and got myself a new one, yeah. Well, this one's probably... Me and Kelly bought them at the same time. They're probably about 5 or 6 years old now. I mean, it's good because it's just point and click in it, there's no faffing about. You don't have to, I mean, my ex-husband used to have one and it was all, you had to focus it and twiddle it, and you're standing there going, while he's fiddling to get it right, and your smile's going by the time he took the damn photo, I can't be coping with that. I just want one I can point and click and do, end of story. I mean, my phone's got a good, but it doesn't do long videos. It'll do short ones, but at the moment it's got some kind of not a virusy thing on it that just keeps saying I've got to do something with my SMS or something. Oh, Dolly Parton's got a new release, Diamonds and Rhinestones. How nice. Somebody's saying, thanks for the tour. Hope you did well. That's my video that I've got on YouTube. It's only a little one if you want to watch it. It's only about 8 minutes long. Yeah. I couldn't. To be quite honest, me and my friend, we haven't got a good me between us, So every time I'd walked up and walk around, my back was killing me, my knee was killing me. And I said, God, we're a pair of crocs. We both of us had to sit down to do the table because neither of us could stand up long enough. I buy Christmas gifts and birthday gifts for my son and daughter-in-law, yeah. I don't just buy gifts willy-nilly, I bought him a cake. I did buy him a cake today. But I only buy Christmas presents for my nearest and dearest now, if you know what I mean. I mean, at one time it was... Oh, we do a Secret Santa. The knit club I go to, we do a Secret Santa. In other words, we don't buy everybody in the world a present. We just buy... Oh, I've got something sticky stuck to me jumper. We all just buy one present for one person. I've got sticky stuck on my jumper. Oh, probably for me cake. Ew. You mucky puppy. It was a gooey chocolatey cake, yeah. You want some lights for your driveway? We've got a security light that only comes on when somebody goes past because next door it's like Blackpool Illuminations next door. He leaves his on all day, all night. I wouldn't like his electric bill. And we've got a few houses around here that are lit up like nobody's business. I don't know how, they're not. And the ones in the back we've got are, what do you call it, lights? Those solar. The lights in the back are solar. They're not good, but they are just lights, yeah. But yeah, how can people afford? I mean, electric's gone shocking, hasn't it? Can't afford to put lights up all the time. No, we've got a security light that comes on if anybody gets too close, yeah. But we have one in the back because when the dogs go out, we can't see them where they are. They go for a wee in the dark. We don't know where they actually are. And one of them's Monkey's uncle. Yeah, LED. Yeah, the bulb's gone. Well, you need a man who can, Kaz. What about your next door neighbour? Or one of the kids? Get one of the kids up a ladder. Everything's gone up, hasn't it? The gas, the electric, the water. You're frightened of anything these days. Frightened of turning on the electric, frightened of using the gas. It's just gone silly in the UK. I don't know about anywhere else. We don't need a man, Kaz. We just need a handyman. I don't need a man in my life per se. I just want a handyman. When you want something, a nail knocking in or a light bulb changing. I miss Tony next door when I used to live in Manchester. And Tony lived next door to me before he moved. It was always Tony. If it was a little job, I don't mean a massive job. If it was just a little job, I knew I could rely on him if something wanted just tightening up or something. I used to be, Tony, have you got a minute? I don't think he minded though, yeah. If you're like me though, Chris, you can't go up a ladder. You just wobble, 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 yeah. I can't go. I've even got a two-step ladder because my bedroom has wardrobes that go over the top of the bed. And I can't even go up two steps on the ladder. At one time I used to run up 6-foot ladders and think no more about it. But now I can't even do 2 steps on a ladder without wobbling. And I can't quite reach, if I manage to stand on the bed, I can't quite reach into the cupboards. They're just that little bit too high. So I tend to put stuff up there like my towels and that I'm not using, if you know what I mean, and my summer wardrobe when it's winter and my winter stuff when it's summer is what I usually get somebody to put them up for me, and then I have to ask somebody to come and pull them down again. Still, at least. But my jumpers are getting out of control now, my sweaters, running out of space. I've got a space over where my dresses are, and I have to go like that and throw my jumpers in and throw them in because I can't reach. It's terrible when you're little. When you're short, you can't reach anything. Mm. I never used to have this problem. I used to stand on anything, stand on a chair, stand on whatever. In actual fact, I think I'm better standing on a chair because it would have a back that I could hold on to. I could go up the ladder, couldn't I? Then step on the chair and then get to the cup. That's an idea. I like to take a chair out of the dining room and stand on a chair, like I used to in the old days, stand on a chair. Rent a husband to do the honey list. Yeah, I don't want a husband for any other reason, Patricia. Yeah, I'd be better renting a handyman, yeah. Yeah, make a long list, all the little things like tighten up the screw on this or or give me a hand to get to my clothes, in the top wardrobes, yeah. I think I'd rather rent a woman though for that sort of thing, to go in the wardrobe and sort the clothes. Yeah, men wouldn't know what to do, would they? When you said fold them up neat, they'd just go rumble, rumble. Yeah, well, some men are very conscientious about folding stuff up, but most men, the way they throw the t-shirts on the floor and the trousers, they step out of the trousers and leave them in the puddle, don't they, on the floor? You know, my ex wasn't bad like that. He would take his trousers off and fold them neatly and put them over the back of the chair. But they might stay there about 3 weeks. Hello, Jill. How are you? Have you still got snow? I was talking about you before if your ears were burning, saying you'd got snow when you were walking the dog in the snow. How's your leg after you fell over? She fell in the snow. I do tricks like that. I can't walk in snow at all. I go, yeah, shh, 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 as we used to say, A over T. Yeah. Oh, it's melted a lot, has it? Yeah. We're lucky here because the sea breeze, which has got all the salt in it, melts anything to do with snow. They went crackers last year here because we had about a half inch of snow. And they all went, snow, snow, like they'd never seen snow in their life before. Because apparently Fleetwood doesn't get snow. You used to go rock climbing and you're a bit sore. I'm not surprised. Did you just trip up or did the dog pull you over or you just slip? We've had very bad winters in the past, but this last few years we haven't really had a terrible, terrible winter. We've been lucky, really. I can remember really bad winters when I was younger. Where the buses used to stop and you'd have about that much snow. But I don't remember because where I lived before, we were on a hill like that, so we used to get snowed in a lot. Yeah. Um, but the last few years, I don't remember it. Man, I wasn't trying to go to work in a car. Yeah. He went to the mailbox with his dad's shoes. I'd have Wellingtons on me; they'd be up to my knees, big old boots or something. If I was in the snow, man, if it was snowing, I just wouldn't go out because I know I can't walk in it anymore. I mean, in the good old days, the council used to come and throw salt and sand everywhere. But now they say, oh, we've got no salt or we've got no stocks of it. In the old days, they always had enough. It's all to do with money, isn't it? It's all to do with money, isn't it? The council yards used to have big mountains of this sand that had salt in it. And they used to throw it all over the road and grit and everything. But it's all money, money, money these days. Nobody's got any money. Nobody can keep stockpiles of it. Siberius. Serbia. Is that how you say it? It's an unusual name for a dog. How did you manage to pick that? You don't mind me asking. It's not the usual name like Fido and Bruno, is it? My son's yawning. Hey, Marva. My son's yawning. You can hear him here. He's got a very, very loud yawn. Mm. I'm doing okay today, Marv. I'm a bit tired because I got up early and did my craft show, so I'm a bit So if I nod off, you've all got to shout at me. I can tell because my eyes are going heavy. Can always tell when I'm tired. I get bags under the eyes, yeah. I was skipping. Oh, right. No, I just said, how did you come about the name for your dog? It's not like a usual name like Fido or Bruno. I couldn't skip for me, save my soul. We were talking about skipping last week, actually. Somebody sent me a video. Oh, he came with it, right? I wonder how he came to pick a name. Somebody sent me a video showing these ladies doing like 2 ropes, where one's going one way and the other one's going the other way. And going in the middle of these 2 ropes. I have done that when I was a kid, doing 2 ropes, but I wouldn't even be able to do one now. I'd probably break my neck. He went out, came back in, it's freezing. It's not actually that cold here. It must be raining because it says rain to stop. I don't know what. It's 45F at the minute and it says... Oh, God, Donald Trump saying he's going to run. Be an old man. I'm not saying anything about politics, I don't do, but he'd be an old man, won't he, then? He was renamed by the owner before me, who rescued him. So you don't know what his other name was, right? He'll be plumbing ancient if he runs again. I mean, God, he's in his 70s now, isn't he? He'll be a doddery old thing. Good grief. I'm not saying anything about politics, it's just the age. Thank goodness our politicians, they might be rubbish, but they're not that old. Not saying they're any better, but they're just not as old. I don't think I'd want anybody about 80 running the country. You'd think, a bit of senile by then. I think we've got one of the young ones at the minute. I don't know how old he is, yeah. Fluffy. Oh, come on, politicians are no good wherever they are. I'm sorry, but, I'm not a politically minded person. They're none of them any good. So I don't get into arguments about, oh, so-and-so's better than your so-and-so, because they're all rubbish, aren't they? They're all in it for themselves. So I don't argue the toss with anybody over politics because, to me, they're all the same. I can't understand all this rah, rah, rah in America. This is better than that. Oh, this is that. And they get really angry and, over here we might say, oh, I don't agree with your politics. But we don't go into all this rallying and fighting and all that jazz that we seem to do in the US. Yeah, I don't think we're that het up about it, really, to be honest with you. Hello, can hear a dog coming, pounding around. She's running up and down. Oh, she had it on her yesterday, Rosie. She was running around all night. I thought I had the mouse back because I could hear this scratching, and it was her scratching on my door. I thought, that's a big mouse. She was going scratch, 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 scratch. She's running up and down the stairs like a lunatic. She's going crackers. I don't think he looks like a Fluffy. Have you seen Jill's dog? It's definitely not a fluffy. It's more like a Brutus or something like that, yeah. It's quite a big, strong-looking dog. -8, so you can keep that. I've put my winter, I think I told you last week, haven't you? Put my winter duvet on because it was getting a bit chilly. Put my winter duvet on. And I've put my summer quilt away that I put over the top, the throw thing, whatever you call them. And I've got my big purple fluffy thing out. I'm not being cold. Can't stand to be cold. And I've got my socks because if my feet are cold, I can't go to sleep. I don't know about anybody else. I cannot go to sleep with cold feet. Yeah. Oh, Fluffy's the three-headed dog in the town. I don't watch Harry Potter. There's a school near me called Russell School, and it just looks like it should be Hogwarts or something. It's really that kind. It looks that kind of a building, you know. And I said to my niece when she come, I said, "What does that school remind you of?" And she went, "Harry Potter should be there." I went, "Yeah, that's what I thought as well." I keep forgetting to take a photograph of it when I'm going down. Cerberus, is it? Cerberus is a three-headed dog that guards the gates of hell. Oh my goodness me. What on earth was he thinking though when he called it that? It's not got 3 heads. I'd be calling it Serb or Russ or something. Can you imagine shouting that at the back gate? Cerberus, Cerberus. It took us forever to think of Trixie Belle. I don't know why we thought of Trixie Belle, but apparently my daughter-in-law thought that she's actually called Trixie. We thought that Belle, because she's a blue, a French bulldog, she's blue or something. So she got Trixie Belle, like Blue Belle. But we went through a whole gamut of names before we called her Trixie. I call her anything but. Call her Wee Bum. Call her anything. Poo Bottom. Call her anything but her name. I can't call her Trixie. I don't know why I can't. But Rosie, we didn't choose Rosie. She was already called that when she came. She was already called Rosie. They were going to call her, oh, I don't know what they were going to call her now. It was something to do with like a Romanian gypsy name. And I didn't like it. But she wouldn't answer to it. All she would answer to was Rosie. Because when she got here, don't forget, she didn't even understand English. Everybody that had spoken to her in the first 5 months of her life were Romanian. So she didn't know any commands in English at all. So we had to work, you know, to even get her to sit down, come here, stand, you know. She didn't understand English at all. I mean, she does now, obviously. She's what, about 15 months, is she now? 16 months, something like that. But we had a Romanian Romanian understanding dog we had. The stitch on my cardigan, it's just, oh, what did he call it? It goes like that and like that and like that. You know, you can see it or not. It's not a straightforward, you know, fan, whatever they call it, stitch. It's got a name. It's like slopes, if you can see it. You do a space, and then on the row afterwards, you do it into a space, so it goes that way, and then this way, and that way. I'm trying to think what it's called. No, it's gone. Brain dead. You know what I'm like, Jill? Brain's gone dead. It definitely has a name. If you look up stitches, it's got a name. It might come to me later. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. I know I got it from Miss Stitch book. Because you know me, I don't use patterns, I just do them. I just choose a pattern stitch and then I just use it. So I can't remember. I've done it before. It's quite an easy stitch. Yeah. It was in one of my crochet books. That's what I tend to do. I crochet better and things fit me better if I don't use a pattern. Does that sound weird? And everybody always says on my YouTube videos, which pattern are you wearing? And I feel awful because I don't know, because it doesn't have a pattern. Like my glitter button. It looks blue on here, but it's actually purple. It's something like a drunken something or other, I think it's called. So I know I irritate people when I don't remember the patterns, but I don't use patterns. Yeah. I used to get really annoyed when people used to do that to me. And if I would put something up, they would just go pattern. And I used to get really mad. And I used to say, you could say, do you have a pattern? Or is there a pattern, please? But not pattern. You know, it's not a shell stitch. No, it's UK trebles. But you do 3 trebles, then you do 1 chain, and then you do another treble. But then you go into the side of that treble, that last treble, to do that stitch again, so that it goes like that, and then it goes like that, and then it goes like that. So it isn't like a true shell stitch. But it's one of those things that I cannot remember. I'm brain dead, I've told you that before. My brain used to be a mine of information. But my friend Sue, as you know, my friend Sue, she always said our brains are full. She said that's why we can't remember anything anymore. She said they're full. And nothing's going out of it, so therefore nothing can go in it because it's full. Yeah. I thought it was a good explanation. You know, we've had like 70 odd years, well, not me, not Sue, she's not that old. But me, I've had like 70 odd years worth of information going in my noddle. So my noddle's full. My brain's going, no, there ain't no more room. The craft fair was okay. I mean, I never expect any wonders because it's a church craft fair and it's limited the amount of people who go in it. But I did sell quite a bit, and my friend who was making Christmas ornaments, she actually sold more than I did. So it wasn't a failure, if you know what I mean. We did quite well. But obviously, you would have liked to have sold much more because, like, you know, you do go hoping that you will sell everything. And it would never happen in a million years. But yeah, it was okay. I was quite happy. As I said before, the stall holders were all lovely people and everybody speaks and it's a nice atmosphere, you know. It makes a difference when you go somewhere and everybody's friendly and everybody's, you know, chatting to each other and, you know, it's just a nice, like I say, a nice atmosphere to go to, yeah. So I don't think anybody did wonderfully well, you know. We all, you know, people had sales obviously, but I didn't actually because my hats weren't on show so much. I sold loads of headbands and I sold all my fingerless well, most of my fingerless mittens. And we sold 4 shawls, 2 each, me and my friend. But the hats, I didn't have anywhere to kind of display them. So the next time I'm going to make sure. I mean, our stall was smaller than the others because we had rails, you know, to put the shawls on. So a lot of the other people had longer, bigger stalls. So we were a bit sort of cramped to put like the Christmas ornaments on and the hats. We just didn't have the room, yeah. So hopefully at the next craft fair, we might have a bigger table. Oh, I forgot to, we booked in apparently, but I forgot to ask my friend, do we need a table? Because if we do, I'm going to have to buy a paste table or something like that. Because I don't have a fold-up table. Maybe she does. Maybe she has one. This one I went to, Jess knows me. So she provided me with a table and 2 rails. So I hung all my shawls on coat hangers on rails. And my hat and scarf sets were all, done like that. I thought I would have sold loads of hats because I had them priced really cheap. But I sold two hats, yeah. Yeah. But we'll see. I'll rearrange my stall a bit better next time. Have more hats on show. But I never go into these craft fairs thinking, oh my God, I'm going to make a killing. I'm going to sell loads and loads of stuff. I go into it thinking, well, if I make some money, it's good, I've been to some craft fairs when I haven't even got my stall money back. In the past, I've been to them. But at least I sold. My friend was quite pleased with what she got, because she'd been to one previously with her other friend, not me, and hardly sold anything. Yeah. But sadly, people don't go to craft fairs with a lot of money in their pocket anymore. Yeah, I noticed that you were wearing them. Yeah, those. I used to make those for my ex-husband because he used to ride a motorbike. And he used to put those on, to keep the wind between his helmet and his jacket. He used to put those on, yeah. Oh, you're going now, Patricia? Well, I won't be long before I'm going as well. It's getting near midnight and I'm getting really tired, as you can see by the eyeballs. So enjoy your company, Patricia, and we'll hopefully see you next week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be going very soon. It's almost midnight and it's been a long day for me. Not as sprightly as I used to be. I'm feeling it. I'm not as bad as my mother when it got to 10. As soon as the news at 10 used to come on, she said, oh, that's me for my bed now. I'm not that bad. It's usually midnight-ish when I usually decide to go to bed. And it's, about 5 to midnight. So I've done very well. Yeah. So I'm going to leave you all, people, and bid you all farewell. And hopefully I will talk to you very, very soon. And I shall make another video if I get something to tell you. And I think I'll stay in bed tomorrow for lunchtime, yeah. Have a little lie-in tomorrow, yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. That's knitted. Bye, Chris. Bye, Jill. Bye, Greet Stitcher. Bye, Nathan, if you're still with us. Bye, everybody else who's still with us. And I thank you all for your company, and I hope I shall see you. Oh, bye, Denise. Hopefully I will see you all next week, or in the week if you watch my videos. Who knows? Bye all.